Alright guys, just San here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out the new LR BULMA alongside the physical Kid Goku as a rotation. Because if you're not aware, which a lot of you probably are, this BULMA is just insane, right? I mean, for some reason, she's like the best unit in the game. I don't know why they'd want to make a BULMA the best unit in the game, but I'm not complaining. You know, she's really crazy. She's a support unit, she can do a ton of damage, and her defense is just like crazy, right? Like, she's one of the best defensive units in the game once you build up with her. So just a very good unit overall. And her next to Path to Power Kid Goku is gonna probably be like one of the best rotations in the game right now, if not the best, which is saying a lot because, you know, you've got rotations like Orange Piccolo and then the STR band unit Piccolo and just a lot of crazy things like that. So the fact that an LR BULMA and then a Dragon Ball Saga Kid Goku is arguably the best is just kind of weird to think about. But I'm just happy Dragon Ball Saga is getting the representation it deserves. And also, if they were to release an LR BULMA, she definitely would need to be really crazy because, you know, of course, she's on a lot of really bad teams. I mean, stuff like Earthlings, Youth, Peppy Gals, Dragon Ball Seekers, all that. Definitely could use the help. So her being crazy is a big benefit just to the game overall. So yeah, I mean, I guess we can just hop right into it. We do have a very good opening rotation. We got the 50% support Kaba. So BULMA is going to be looking just a little bit better because of that. And both the BULMA and the Kid Goku get a lot of stats from Key Spheres. And they both orb change. So we're going to be looking really good with orbs. With the BULMA, we're going to get 6 Key Spheres. And before we get orbs with either of them, the BULMA is at 341k defense and the Kid Goku's at 200k. So the BULMA being at 341k defense is really good because she has guard right here. And she's building up damage reduction every turn, so she gets 7% damage reduction from start of turn from every appearance, up to 77%. So of course she builds up to a lot of damage reduction. And then after we get the 6 Key Spheres, we jump up to 433k defense. Yeah, I mean, because that's not it, right? There's still a lot more. You know, she's supporting, she has built-in additionals, because she, I think, needs 6 Key Spheres to get an additional super. And then also she gets 50% attack and defense on both her 12 and 18 key. So then after you super, she's going to be at like, what, right here, we're 600k defense with guard. And we could have gotten the double super. Yeah, really crazy. Just overall, I mean, dude, turn 1, turn 10, she's going to be amazing. Because then even when the guard does wear off, of course, you're building up that damage reduction. And, you know, it's going to be really good. Because, I mean, the guard being for the first 7 turns is a long time, too. I mean, for most events right now, 7 turns is going to be the length of the whole fight. So, I mean, it's not really like, you know, like most units where they guard for maybe a couple turns, and then they have some sort of mechanic where they can be good defensively, you know, starting from turn like 5, 6, 7. No, she's still guarding for the first 7 turns, which, again, is majority of the fight, because content is somewhat short right now. But if you do go past turn 7, then you'll have built up a lot of damage reduction, and then it's just going to be crazy, right? Because 77% damage reduction. Dude, that's crazy. That's what the Tech God Goku has, the banner unit one. And he's amazing for having, you know, that level of damage reduction. So her having that as well, with all of her defense and having, you know, amazing attack stats, and she's supporting, and she's orb changing, it's just, dude, it starts to get pretty crazy, right? So, okay, we're going to get 8 Key Spheres right here. So I was actually mistaken. You need to get 7 Key Spheres to get the additional super, which obviously we're going to get 8, so we are going to be able to get that right here. Now, we haven't even gotten to see Kid Goku yet, just because BULMA's been destroying. But Kid Goku's there at 450k defense. I mean, definitely really good. Because, again, this as a rotation, dude, it's just going to destroy anything. I mean, you see them right here with 3 out of 7 links. You might think, okay, you know, that's not amazing. 3 out of 7 links is alright, but it's nothing too crazy. But then, of course, not only is the BULMA supporting the Goku, but then the Goku's supporting the BULMA. So it actually is a lot better than you would think, right? Just because there's so much support going on. And then, obviously, the unit in slot 3 is going to get, like, a ton of support. So, look at that. A 10 million crit. And we had, like, what, almost 600k defense? Probably a little bit higher. And then if we got the additional, it would have been, like, you know, 800, 900k defense with guard. And we had, I think, 14% damage reduction right there. And we were supporting. And we're orb changing. I mean, dude, it's just, it's crazy, right? They gave this BULMA everything. I don't know. They really just did not want to hold back with her. And I'm all for that, right? And LR BULMA being one of the best units in the game, like I said, is very deserving. I mean, stuff like Earthlings have been, like, bad, right? That team has been pretty horrible. for a long time. So then now, you know, seeing an LR like this is, and then we had the Prime Battle Krillin EZA. You know, you could tell like these weaker categories, they're really starting to push with this celebration specifically, because you know, World Tournament's looking better now, Earthlings is looking better now, just Dragon Ball Saga as a whole is looking better because we got some free-to-play EZAs as well. So just a big W of a celebration. It's kind of weird they chose Golden Week though, because Golden Week, of course, is a little bit more of like a hyper celebration. And as much as I love these Dragon Ball Saga units, because trust me, I really do, they're not really that hype, right? I mean, a Super Saiyan, you know, is definitely more hype. And if Dokkan wanted to play it safe, which is what I would assume they'd do, then, you know, they could have just done like, I don't know, Vegito Blue and merged Zamasu for Golden Week. But, I mean, I'm not complaining, right? Because this LR Bulma is definitely on that level of like, you know, crazy LRs. So, I mean, she's really crazy. And again, that's just a big W. But all right, right here, 445k defense. We have a little bit of support from the EZA Bulma. So, you know, we're looking a little bit better from that. Now, we're just going to, you know, one-turn them right here. I'm not, honestly, I'm not that curious about how well they're going to be performing in here. I already knew they were going to steamroll through this event. Honestly, I don't think there's any red zone events, too, that they're not going to be able to survive at least. I mean, typically, I like to bring units in difficult content when they have type advantage, to obviously test how that goes because they have type advantage, so it'll make them look a little bit better. But with this Bulma, dude, I'm just going to bring her versus Cell Max, because I think that's the only event that could probably do some damage to her, right? Because you get to the final phase probably a little bit earlier on than you do to get in the final phase of some of these other, like, difficult, like, really difficult red zone events. Like, you know, Metal Cooler Core, you're probably getting towards the final phase, turn, like, what, I think 5, 6? But with Cell Max, I mean, you could get to the final phase, turn 3. So, well, we'll see how good she's looking in there. I would assume she's going to look crazy because she's going to keep the guard, of course. So as long as we're not getting supered, like, first thing, you know, she can get her super attack off, and then she's going to be looking insane. So, I mean, yeah, this Bulma, it's just crazy. I mean, on release, I was a little worried. I say on release, a couple days ago, I was a little worried because, you know, an LR Bulma really isn't that hype. Personally, I wanted a Demon King Piccolo. But after seeing how they handled her, I'm all for it now, right? I mean, dude, because she's just so crazy. I mean, I know I keep on repeating myself saying she's good, but, you know, when you see her here at, like, what, almost 1 million defense after she supers, she has guard, she's doing these 10 million crits, she's supporting, she's orb changing, like, there's not really much to complain about, except maybe you could complain about, like, her start of turn defense, but even that, with the guard, you probably would be able to still throw her in slot 1, to where, you know, it doesn't really matter what her start of turn defense is because of the guard, right? And then once the guard wears off, you have damage reduction. So then her defense matters even less because, you know, you're going to have up to 77% damage reduction. But anyway, we can do our active skill right here. I actually have not seen this yet, so let's go and play this. Oh yeah, okay, so I forgot to mention that about our active skill. Yeah, we get a full field of SDR key spheres, so we're going to throw her in slot 1. We've got 50% support, we're going to have a good amount of links active, and we've got actually another 50% support, of course, from the Kid Goku. So, with these 23 key spheres, let's see, what does our stats jump up to? Okay. 813k, so I mean, normally, I would say, you know, with a nuking unit, like, oh yeah, you know, we got a lot of key spheres, but this isn't really realistic. No, this is pretty realistic because, you know, she does this on her active skill. So this is definitely a realistic turn. 813k defense. So after we get our first super, we're going to be at 1.2 million defense. And then if we get the additional super, which we got well over 6 key spheres, so, or I think 7 key spheres. So we're going to get the additional super. We're going to be at 1.6 million defense. We still have guard, and we built up a good amount of damage reduction. And we're 10 million additional. Dude, and with the active skill, we're supporting even more. We support for an additional 7 key, and then 17% attack and defense. And then we give all allies and obviously ourselves attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. So, dude, I'm trying to like say something different, but all I can really say about this Bulma is she's just crazy, right? I mean, I saw all these titles on YouTube, you know, best unit in the game, da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, surely they didn't make a Bulma the best unit in the game. But after seeing this, yeah, dude, she's the best unit in the game. I mean, there's not really any getting around it. So, with all that shown, we can go and cut to the Cell Max test and see how good this team is looking in there. But, god damn, is she looking really, really impressive. Alright, so we're here fighting Cell Max, and we have a pretty good setup right here. We are going to have double support for the Bulma, and then the Kid Goku is also going to be looking pretty good. Of course, he has double support as well. And he's going to take some attacks before he supers. So I want to prioritize getting these Rainbow Key Spheres with him, just so he can get the extra damage reduction so he can survive. But with the Bulma, we're going to get 6 Key Spheres. So unfortunately, not enough to get the additional super, but we should still be looking good. We have the guard right here, and we built up a bit of damage reduction, so I think we're still going to take, like, under 100k. I mean, we're definitely going to survive this super, but I think we're at enough defense to take, like, reasonably low, like, level damage from, you know, Cell Max's super, but we're going to take some normals and then a super. So, I mean, obviously she's going to take double digits from the normals. I can already tell you that now, between the, you know, the guard and the damage reduction, and then the defense she gets on super and all that. But I don't know, in your best situation, you know, she can triple super, she'll have guard, she'll have some damage reduction. I mean, I really don't think there's anything that she's actually going to die from in this game, like in her best situation defensively. So, anyway, we are taking, okay, 280k. That definitely is a lot more than I expected. I'm going to be honest, that's a lot more than I expected. That's almost 300k damage. Still not bad, but not the best either. We'll cut back to a better rotation when she has her double super, and then see how good she's looking with that. Alright, so we're here taking a super with the LR Bulma, so this definitely is going to look pretty good. We're going to get 7 Key Spheres, so we are going to get the guaranteed additional super. Now, I don't have Kid Goku with her on this rotation. I know, I'm a fraud, you know, I'm clickbaiting you. But we'll get her with the Kid Goku on the next rotation, so we can see that as an actual rotation then. But for now, we're still going to have 3 out of 7 links, and we still have some support from the Bardock, so we still have a good rotation nonetheless. But obviously, we just don't have her next to the Kid Goku. But okay, now we got the first super off, we got the second one. If we can get the triple, that would be ideal. But I don't think we need it. I think we could still take reasonably low damage from this. Okay, so how much are we taking? 200k. That's still just a bit, but we're here on turn 5, so we haven't really built up that much damage reduction. So that's good, right? That's still really good. Definitely really impressive. I mean, obviously taking that much from, you know, a Cell Max super without a lot of her damage reduction is still impressive. But okay, well, I didn't realize I had both Kid Gokus on this rotation. I just got really unlucky opening rotation, so I guess we can just go ahead and call it there. That's pretty much been the video, right? I mean, we saw her tank 2 supers, but overall, very impressed with the Bulma. I mean, she definitely can take just a bit of damage in some situations. You know, I don't want to ignore the fact that she did take almost 300k from a super from Cell Max, but of course, you know, keep in mind on that rotation, we only got 1 super, and also, you know, we didn't build up that much damage reduction, so in the right situations, she's pretty much going to take no damage, but there definitely are still, you know, some rotations where you're going to take just a bit. But overall, really impressive. Again, I just love this unit. She's really fun, and she's on a lot of really bad teams. So, of course, you know, she's just making them better. But that has been the video. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this LR Bulma. Let me know how you guys are feeling about her down in the comments as well. If you think, you know, she deserved an LR, if you think someone else should have gotten it. And, yeah, that has been the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.